So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this SBI Securities Bank Nifty Expiry Analysis webinar. Now, here, what is the purpose of doing this webinar? It's simple. The reason is why, how the Bank Nifty would be behaving today in the next 2-3 hours, and also along with that, what we will be covering is for tomorrow's Nifty's expiry, what should be our preparation. So let us straight away get into the topic. Now, before we understand how the Bank Nifty could expire and how the Nifty could behave for expiry tomorrow, let us just see what the global constituents or the macro factors are doing. Dollar index is weakening. The US 10-year bond yields is weakening. We are seeing Brent crude oil prices weakening, and that is the reason why we have seen the uh, Indian markets rallying in the last 10-15 days. So if you see the backdrop is positive. Buying on dips is advisable. Also, one more important thing is that still because we are heading into an event such as Fed meet tonight, and the outcome of which will come in the night, but the impact on Indian markets will be tomorrow. So that is the reason today we could see some kind of choppiness or a range bound kind of trading. But nevertheless, if we see, the backdrop is positive. The global markets led by the US markets, S&P is positive. In the last 15 days, there was consolidation between 4550, 4600 levels on S&P. But once this level has been crossed, the US markets are also looking positive, and that is the reason why we are feeling is what we are feeling is that Indian markets just is range bound. It is consolidating because there was a big rally, and ahead of the event, no one is feeling that to take bigger positions for the next couple of days. So once the event will be out of the way tomorrow, we would see this bull trend continue from tomorrow once again. But today we could see some kind of a pause. Let's understand what is the long-term view of Bank Nifty. If we see last 2.5 to 3 years, there has been a rally, then there was consolidation, once again a rally, and now in the last 15-20 days from 44,000 there has been a breakout on the upside. And if we see Nifty, Bank Nifty is nicely trending in this channel, and the targets are much higher from the current levels. So that from the current levels, what we feel is that from the current levels, uh, Bank Nifty is headed up to 49,000, 50,000 on the upside, and on the downside, major support lies around 45,000, 45,500 on the downside. But now, let us see what the short term view is. Short term view, after this big rally in the last 7-8 days, if you see, there is a swing low, there is a swing support around, if 46,500 is that gap zone, and that zone of 46,500, 46,600 is the most important support, because that is the place where the 8-day exponential moving average is also there. So I feel that 46,500, 46,700, any dips to this zone should be used to go long, because the overall trend is bullish. There is a short term consolidation at higher levels because the rally has been too fast. But towards the supports, one has to follow the trend, and the trend is on the upside. So towards the support you need to go long, and 46,500, 46,700 is that area where one has to be a complete say a bull. Also, one important thing is that 47,150, 47,250 zone in the last few days is acting as a resistance. So 47,250 का जो zone है, एक बार ये बैंक निफ्टी इसके ऊपर sustain करेगा, then I feel we are headed towards 47,700, 48,000 on the upside. So two important levels that you must be watching out for is 46,550, 46,600 on the downside, and 47,250 on the upside. Above 47,250, I feel Bank Nifty is headed up to 48,000, 47,900, 48,000, and below 46,550 there could be some consolidation back up to 46,000, 45,800. Uh, from an intraday perspective, now just see what is happening is, from an intraday perspective, if you see, the support is somewhere around 46 700, 46 800, And despite Nifty getting weak in the first half, Bank Nifty is not breaking 46,900. So I feel 46,800, 46,900 zone could hold out for the day. On the upside, 47,100 is the resistance. Above 47,100, Bank Nifty can witness a rally up to 47,250. And why so? Let's see the data. Let us see what the data is showing. Now, if you see 47,000 call and put, both are having the highest open interest. And if we adjust the premiums, now here both the highest bars, this is the weekly open interest data for Bank Nifty. अगर इसका हम ओपन इंटरेस्ट दोनों बार्स का अगर हम जोड़ के देखें, प्रीमियम भी जोड़ के देखें, ये 47,000 कॉल पुट का, तकरीबन 100 रुपए का प्रीमियम है. 100 से 115 रुपए के बीच में भी वेरी कर रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ द वॉलिटिलिटी. तो आप 46,860, 46,880 ऑन द डाउन साइड एंड 47,120 ऑन द अप साइड could be the range for Bank Nifty for the major part of the day. अब 47,100, 130 के ऊपर अगर निकल जाता है बैंक निफ्टी, तो दैट विल फोर्स दिस 47,000 कॉल राइटर्स टू कवर दैट पोजीशंस, क्योंकि अभी तक ये बहुत कंफर्टेबली 47,000 वाले जो कॉल राइटर्स है वो खड़े हैं अपनी पोजीशंस में, बिकॉज बैंक निफ्टी 46,900, 46,950 के बीच में ट्रेड कर रही थी, बट अब 47,000 के ऊपर आ रही है बैंक निफ्टी, कोशिश कर रही है. तो मुझे लग रहा है कि एक बार के लिए 47,100 के आसपास भी अभी आ गई हम बात कर रहे हैं, तो मुझे लग रहा है ये 46,140 के ऊपर यदि बैंक निफ्टी सस्टेन करेगा तो यहाँ से एक 100 से 150 पॉइंट का एक नया अपमूव हमें देखने मिल सकता है. सो 46,140, 46,150 मेजर रेजिस्टेंस. ऑन द डाउन साइड 46,850 विल बी मेजर सपोर्ट. सो 46,850 से लेके 47,150 ये रेंज में बैंक निफ्टी ट्रेड कर सकता है. Above 47,150, 150, 170 points move can come up to 47,300 on the upside. अब ये एक देख लेते हैं कि बैंक निफ्टी का सेंटीमेंट कैसे है, एंड व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग यू टू बी अ बायर ऑन डिप्स. क्योंकि देखिए, वन थिंग इज ट्रेंड इज फर्मली ऑन द अपसाइड, एंड एक बहुत बड़े अप ट्रेंड में छोटी छोटी जो डिप्स आती है, स्मॉल डिप्स, यू नीड टू यूज देम टू वंस अगेन गो लॉन्ग एंड राइड द ट्रेंड. But apart from that, it is very important that we study what the sentiment of Bank Nifty is. And how would you find the sentiment? अब sentiment कैसे पता चलेगा आपको कि Bank Nifty का अच्छा है कि नहीं? Bank Nifty के जो components हैं उसको आपको स्टडी करना पड़ेगा. वहां पे अगर 20 दिन के मूविंग एवरेज के ऊपर बैंक निफ्टी चल रहे हैं ना, जनरली दिस कंसेप्ट इज बेस्ड ऑन द डीएमएस एंड ईएमएस. तो अगर एक पर्टिकुलर जो डेली मूविंग एवरेज जो होता है, सिंपल मूविंग एवरेज होता है 20 दिन का, इसके ऊपर यदि कोई भी इंडेक्स या कोई भी स्टॉक ट्रेड करता है, तो हम ये जनरली कहते हैं दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक इज बुलिश फ्रॉम अ शॉर्ट टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव. यहाँ पे how we are decoding this is that this is on the last 12 days we have taken this data from 28th of November to 12th of December. तो आप यहाँ पे देखिए कि percentage of stocks within Bank Nifty trading above the respective moving averages. तो 20 DMA के ऊपर बैंकिंग के जितने भी स्टॉक्स है बैंक निफ्टी के, उसमें से 100% स्टॉक्स आर ट्रेडिंग अबाउ द 20 DMA. एंड दिस डेटा इज कांस्टेंट सिंस 4th of December. तो यहाँ से लेके आप बैंक निफ्टी में कितना भी डिप आने दीजिए, बैंक निफ्टी 100-200 पॉइंट ऊपर नीचे कर देता है, बट वापस से 46,700, 46,800 सपोर्ट लेके वापस से बैंक निफ्टी इज मूविंग अप. दिस द रीजन इज दैट बैंक निफ्टी के जो कंस्टिट्यूएंट्स है दे आर वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग फ्रॉम विद इन. मीडियम टू लॉन्ग टर्म तो देखिए सारा पॉजिटिव है. 50 डीएमए, 100 डीएमए, 200 डीएमए, इसके ऊपर मेजर एवरीथिंग, मोस्टली 100% स्टॉक्स आर 90 to 100% स्टॉक्स आर अबव ऑल देयर मेजर मूविंग एवरेजेस. सो द मीडियम टर्म सेटअप इज स्ट्रॉन्ग. वो हमने स्टार्टिंग में पहले ही स्लाइड में देख लिया कि अगर बैंक निफ्टी को हमने देखा है कि एक अप ट्रेंडिंग चैनल में ट्रेड कर रहा है एंड टारगेट्स आर वे हायर ऑन द अपसाइड. बट फ्रॉम अ शॉर्ट टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव, क्योंकि हम तो ट्रेडिंग करते हैं, हमें तो 1-2 दिन, 4 दिन, 5 दिन वो डेटा चाहिए और वो डेटा देखना चाहिए. तो 5 दिन का डेटा क्या कहता है? 5 दिन का डेटा ये कहता है कि 100% stocks within the bank nifty are trading above their 20 DMA. So the texture is positive. The overall जो बैंक निफ्टी का मोमेंटम है, बैंक निफ्टी स्टॉक्स का मोमेंटम है, वो पॉजिटिव है. सो आई फील शॉर्टिंग इज नॉट एन ऑप्शन इन बैंक निफ्टी राइट नाउ. ऊपर से आप इंट्राडे में 10-20 पॉइंट, 50 पॉइंट कमा लीजिए शॉर्ट करके, वो डिफरेंट, इट इज अ डिफरेंट बॉल गेम. बट इफ यू टेल मी हाउ टू प्लेस योरसेल्फ फ्रॉम एन एक्सपायरी पर्सपेक्टिव, देन डिप्स शुड बी यूज्ड टू गो लॉन्ग. अगर डिप्स नहीं मिलती है या फिर एक रेंज में बैंक निफ्टी चलता है, तो डोंट take a trade at that time, but at least don't short. और बैंक निफ्टी को यदि आपको स्टडी करना है, इफ यू वांट टू ट्रैक, if you're a bank nifty option trader, you want to track how the bank nifty is doing, these are the major stocks that you need to study. Now HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis and Kotak, ये चार स्टॉक्स मिला के ही आपका अराउंड 75 to 80% वेटेज ये हो जाता है. तो अगर ये चार, एंड आप इसमें SBI को जोड़ लीजिए तो 90%. सो 5 स्टॉक्स इफ यू ट्रैक, यू विल बी एबल टू कैप्चर बैंक निफ्टी, एंड एटलीस्ट आप उसको, आपको मूड मोमेंटम समझ में आ जाएगा. अगर आपको दिख रहा है अगर स्क्रीन पे कि एक HDFC बैंक, ICICI बैंक इंपॉर्टेंट सपोर्ट पे होल्ड करके अपने रेजिस्टेंसेस को क्रॉस कर रही है, सो 50% ऑफ द, इफ द बैंक निफ्टी इज बुलिश, then how can how 50% constituents of bank nifty is bullish, then how can the bank nifty be bearish? So this is how you need to decode ऑप्शन ट्रेडिंग व्हाइल यूर. सिर्फ बैंक निफ्टी का चार्ट देख के आप बाई सेल करें, इसके अलावा और छोटा छोटा ये छोटी छोटी ये चीजें अगर आप थोड़ा नोट करके रखें, एंड इफ दैट इज देयर इन द बैक ऑफ योर माइंड, यू विल ऑलवेज बी कॉन्फिडेंट व्हेन यू आर अप्रोचिंग अ ट्रेड. सो apart from the technicals, apart from the derivatives, all these small things matter a lot, and it helps to add on to your confidence while you are trading. Now let us see within the bank nifty also कौन सा ये जो बैंक निफ्टी के कंस्टिट्यूएंट्स, बिकॉज आई राइट नाउ आई वाज शेयरिंग अबाउट द बैंक निफ्टी कंस्टिट्यूएंट्स. तो बैंक निफ्टी में HDFC बैंक आप देख लीजिए. सी HDFC बैंक हैज रैलीड फ्रॉम रफली अराउंड 1500 to 1650 1660 levels. Sorry, but around 1660 there is a resistance up, and 200 DMA for HDFC Bank is close to around 1600 level. So अभी 1630 1635 चल रहा है, 1630 1635. 200 DMA is around 1600 levels, and this zone will act as an important support. And if you see the बैंक निफ्टी का ऑप्शन चेन, आप अगर बैंक निफ्टी का ऑप्शन चेन भी देखेंगे तो 1600 पे मैक्सिमम पुट राइटर्स है एंड 1650 पे मैक्सिमम कॉल राइटर है. तो अगर 1655 1650 1660 के ऊपर HDFC बैंक निकल जाता है, then it has a clean up move up to 1720 1725 levels. So mark these levels as very important. 1600 as a support, 1655 as a resistance, and this could be one of the catalyst towards the up move in bank nifty, because एक बड़ा up move तो already HDFC बैंक में आ चुका है, उसके बाद अब थोड़ा consolidate कर रहा है, and 1600 1620 will act as an important support. So mark these levels as an important level from here on. Let us see how ICICI Bank is doing. Now, while we see HDFC Bank was in a range, ICICI Bank also was in a range, but it has now broken out of its range, and it is trading above its last 7-8 months resistance levels. So 980 990 पे हर बार स्टॉक रेजिस्टेंस ले रहा था, पर नाउ वंस दिस जोन इज क्रॉस्ड इन द लास्ट वीक, 990 becomes, and it becomes the most important support from here on. And I feel this is one stock that could lead the rally from here on, and along with Axis Bank for sure. So ये एक स्टॉक है जो एक सबसे बड़ा आउट परफॉर्मर आने वाले दिन में हो सकता है, बिकॉज ये पिछले 2 दिन से बैंक निफ्टी थोड़ा रेजिस्टेंस ले रहा है, तो ये स्टॉक में भी 1020 1015 20 के आसपास से थोड़ा प्रेशर आ रहा है. पर ओवरऑल आई फील 990 995 इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट सपोर्ट. जब तक ये जोन होल्ड करता है तब तक द ट्रेंड इन ICICI Bank is firmly on the upside. Now let us see where the call writers and put writers in ICICI Bank is placed. Now if you see the put writing data, 1000 and 990 पे सबसे ज्यादा put writers है. So that makes this 990 zone 985 zone जो मैं अभी बता रहा हूँ as a very very important support. On the upside, the highest call writers are placed around 1025 1020 strike. So 1025 अगर आप थोड़ा प्रीमियम एडजस्ट कर लीजिए, लास्ट 4-5 दिन का जो ट्रेडिंग प्रीमियम है वो एडजस्ट कर लेंगे, तो 1025 1027 के ऊपर ICICI बैंक एक बार सस्टेन कर लेगा. Then I feel it will lead to the short covering in those calls of 1020 strikes जिसने अभी राइटिंग किया है वहां पे. So that short covering itself will take ICICI Bank to 1060 1080 on the upside. So overall 990 is an important support. 1020 1025 is a resistance. Above 1025 ICICI Bank looks bullish to me, and that could support Bank Nifty from here on. Axis Bank now. Let us see what Axis Bank is doing, and believe me friends, just see this chart of ICICI Bank. ICICI बैंक में ऊपर से फॉल आया था, फिर कंसोलिडेट करके ICICI बैंक वापस ऊपर जा रहा है. बट एक्सिस बैंक में आप देखिए कि स्टेडीली देयर इज एन अप मूव हियर. So this stock has outperformed all the other banking stocks in the last 6 months, and I feel from here on also this could outperform. आज का जो आप ये ब्लैक कैंडल, आप जो रेड कैंडल देख रहे हैं, दैट इज बिकॉज जो स्टेक सेल हुआ है, जो ब्लॉक हुआ है एक्सिस बैंक में अराउंड 1115 के रेट के आसपास. सो दैट इज द रीजन थोड़ा प्रेशर में आज स्टॉक है, बट ओवरऑल आई फील एक्सिस बैंक 1100 is a major support, and till the time 1090 1100 holds, this stock could once again start rebounding on the way up. Upside पे where is the resistance? 1128 1132 is the resistance. Above 1132 this stock is firmly on an uptrend and could move further from the current levels. So 1132 important resistance, 1100 बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सपोर्ट है, 1095 1100, इसके नीचे ही वीकनेस आ सकती है ये स्टॉक में, अदरवाइज तब तक दिस स्टॉक कुड कंसोलिडेट हियर. सो इफ यू सी इन अ नटशेल, consolidating, ICICI Bank consolidating, but it is bullish. HDFC Bank consolidating. So the best pick out of three till now is ICICI Bank. Now let us see what Kotak Bank is doing. Kotak Bank has been in rank underperformer till now. It is in the last 15-20 days थोड़ा बहुत नीचे से बाउंस आया है, पर वहां पे भी रेंज 1800 1860 के आसपास का बनता है. अभी 1830 35 चल रहा है कोटक बैंक, बट 1830 1840 1850 is the place where maximum call writers are placed. So since this stock is a range bound stock, तो एट द मनी और ATM प्लस 1-2 पे भी बहुत ज्यादा कॉल राइटिंग है, तो इट नीड्स टू क्रॉस अबाउ 1850 ऑन अ क्लोजिंग बेसिस. बिलीव मी फ्रेंड्स, यहाँ पे इंट्राडे लेवल्स विल नॉट वर्क. आपको क्लोजिंग बेसिस पे ये स्टॉक को 1850 के ऊपर अगर बंद आता है, उसके बाद ही यहाँ पे शॉर्ट कवरिंग हो सकता है. अदरवाइज द रेंज विल बी 1790 1800 ऑन द डाउन साइड and 1860 on the upside. Now let us move to the next stock, IndusInd Bank. So one of the more important constituents of Bank Nifty, but IndusInd Bank में अगर आप देखेंगे तो last 1.5 to 2 months it has made a new high ahead of Bank Nifty, ahead of a lot of these private names, but वो अभी भी 1470 1540 के रेंज के अंदर ट्रेड कर रहा है. इफ यू सी both 1500 call puts in IndusInd Bank are having highest open interest, and if you adjust the premium, it comes somewhere around 55 rupees. So 1450 to 1550 becomes an range for these option writers. So I feel the stock could still be in a range for the next few days, and only above 1530 1540 we could see some kind of a breakout on IndusInd Bank. So IndusInd Bank also possibly on a range, but 1470 1480, whenever this stock approaches this zone, this would be a buying area for this stock. So the key summary, the long and short term trend of the index is bullish. All the constituents of the Bank Nifty are trading above the 20-day SMA level, meaning the short term sentiment of the Bank Nifty constituents is positive. Option writing data, if we see 47,000 call strike is having maximum open interest, followed by 47,100. And on the put side, 47,000 strike prices are having a highest open interest, followed by 46,900. So this means 46,850 to 47,200 would be the range for Bank Nifty for this day. So now, since we are heading into an important event tomorrow, it is important that we even see how the Nifty is stacked up. So Nifty, we have seen a big rally, say almost from 18,900 to 21,200, and it's a 12% rally in just 32 trading sessions. But post that, we are seeing some kind of a cool off from higher levels, and now the 8-day exponential moving average of 20,700 20,800 zone will act as an important support. So, and this is a gap area also, so I feel 20,700 zone positionally should act as an important support, and only below that one should think of some profit booking acceleration up to 20,450 20,500. So 20,700 the first important support. On the upside, if you see 20,930 20,950 will act as a resistance. Last few days we are seeing this was an important support once, but once this is broken, it is important that index starts sustaining above this level. So the earlier support now becomes a resistance. So overall, I feel the range could be 20,700 or 750 on the downside to 20,950 on the upside for the next few sessions. Now coming to the open interest data, where the maximum OI buildup is happening. So if you see the Nifty option chain, now this is Nifty option chain. If you see the Nifty option chain, then the highest open interest is there in 20,900 and 21,000 calls. And on the put side, 20,800 and 20,700 puts are having maximum open interest. So if you adjust the premiums here, 20,950 will be the first resistance, 20,930 will be the first resistance, followed by 21,050 levels, 21,030, 21,050 levels. So 20,930 and 21,020-30 levels will act as a resistance. On the downside, since highest put writing is there at 20,800, adjusting the premium, I feel 20,750, 20,770 zone will act as an important support, and below 20,770, 20,780 zone, the next important support will be placed around 20,700, where the second highest option writer is placed. Now let us also see how the sentiment in Nifty is placed. Now just see here. Now compared to Bank Nifty, where we saw all the 100% constituents above the 20-day moving average, in Nifty here, from 4th of December till 7th of December, it was 96 to 98%. But steadily in the last 2 days, we are seeing some kind of this number weakening. Although it is still strong now, any number above 75, 80 is still strong, but from the levels of 98 to 86, it is kind of minor weakness is there, and that is why I feel that the markets, although they are not weak, they are the momentum is firmly on the bull side, but this calls for a consolidation. The data is hinting towards a consolidation, and we might see index consolidating between 20,700 and 21,000 on the upside for the next few sessions. Now just see Reliance, how Reliance is placed. Reliance has moved 100 rupees in the last 15-20 days, but post that now 20,000, 2390, 2400 is an important support. That is the zone from where it really picked off in the last 5 6 last 7 8 sessions back. So 2390, 2400 zone will act as an important support, but on the upside there is some serious call writers which are placed around 2460, 2480, 2500. So I feel this zone of 2470, 2480 needs to clear, else Reliance will again be trading in this range of 2380 and 2480. Now this is one important stock which needs to fire up for the Nifty to continue its momentum on the upside. So the trend in the last couple of months is on the upside, it is bullish. There are intermediate corrections, but for the current trend to again continue on the way up, then 2380, 2370 zone should be holding. And if these levels are held, then there could be one more upside from the current from this zone of 2380, 2375. So watch out for this zone of 2375, 2380. And closer to that zone, if you are a swing trader with a small stop loss, you can think of going long in either futures, keep it hedged with a put, or a call option with limited premium also can be looked upon. But everything with a stop loss of 2365 on the downside, and the zone would be 2380, 2375. Accumulation zone would be that kind of area. So this also is in a range now. Infosys now last 15 days, if we were seeing, IT stocks are on a big up move. But if you see specifically within the IT stocks, it is TCS, it is HCL Tech which are moving, but Infosys was moving, but it was moving slowly, and once again the cut is sharper. So if you see the last 6 months, there has been up moves in Infosys, but the down moves, intermediate down moves within the last 4 5 months period are also very sharp. So if you see the data, 1500 now becomes a big resistance, 1440 is a support. Now the call writers are placed around 1460 1480 levels, which means that this zone of 1465 1485 needs to be cleared for the next round of up move in this particular IT stock. On the downside, where are the put writers placed? The put writers are placed around 1400 strike prices, and if you adjust the premium, then 1390 1380 zone will act as a crucial support. So right now Infosys is around 1475. The first important support would be around 1440, where the put writer is placed around 1440, where the highest put writing is visible. But below 1440 it could witness a cut up to 1390. So 1440 has to be the stop loss for all longs, in case you are a long trader in Infosys. And for the stock to gain momentum, it has to sustain above 1490 1492, above all these maximum call writing zones. So then there could be a big upside in this stock. And this stock, virtually, if you see in the last 2.5 to 3 months, it has been in a range, it has not moved much. Whereas if you see on the other hand, if you see tcs TCS has given a good rally. Although here also there is some profit booking, but TCS, if you see post its buyback getting closed, there is still some kind of upside there in this stock. And overall, I feel TCS 3600 3620 will act as a strong support. And apart from HCL Tech, within the IT large caps, TCS is one preferred pick from our side. Now, ITC also in the last 2 3 months it is trading in a range. So see here, it is trading in a range, but it is once again approaching its important support of 445 450 zone. So until and unless it does not break 445, we are not bearish. But for us to be bullish in ITC, it has to cross 460. So 460 is the most important level for ITC in the coming few sessions. Watch out for this zone. So now Reliance, if you see Reliance, now let us just recap the levels. Reliance 2460 2470 is important resistance. On the other hand, if you see Infosys, uh, Infosys around 1490 1495 is a important resistance. TCS is bullish. And if you see ITC, then ITC is around, if you see 460 will act as a resistance. So if you add all these stocks, all these resistances, then it comes to 2900 2930 2950 levels on Nifty also. So if all these stocks steadily reach up to their resistance levels, then this would help Nifty to cross its important resistance of 20,950 20,980 zone. And then the index would, it would mean that after a big move, Nifty has consolidated, has retested 20,700 750 as an important support zone, and once again it's resuming its uptrend. So, in a nutshell, the long term and the short term trend of the index is bullish. If you see, almost 86% of the Nifty constituents are trading above that 20-day SMA level. The If you see the option writing data, the 20,900 strike prices, a strike of call is having the highest open interest, followed by 21,000. And on the downside, towards the put side, 20,800 strikes are having significant open interest buildups. Along with that, 20,700 strikes. So if you see the short term support, 20,700 to 750 will act as a crucial support for the day as well as for the next few days. And on the upside, the first resistance that Nifty needs to cross is 20,930 20,950 on for it to continue its up move up to 21,100. So that's all from our side, friends. We could, if you have any questions, we could open the floor for the Q&A session. So there is a question from Satyabrata. Uh, IREDA hold or sell? Sir, if you have bought it at lower levels, you are one of those lucky traders, investors जिसने लिया है. and 65-70k levels, you are already in a 35-40% gain. So I feel if you are holding it, do hold with a stop loss of 95-93 levels if you're a short term trader. So till the time this zone of 93 holds, this stock could continue its up move up to 115-120. See, the long term story of this stock is good, the prospects are good, but एक शॉर्ट टर्म में जब 65 से 102 का मूव आ जाता है, then I would at least prefer, there are two options. You could take 50% of your profits and hold the remaining quantity with 93 as a trailing stop loss if you still want to ride the rally on the upside. Jeet is asking, is 47,100 buyable at 25 this expiry? Now, Jeet, if you can be a bit clearer about it, I presume it is call, but I feel rather than buying 47,100 call, you could rather go in for slightly expensive call of 47,000, because that will give you some comfort of premium. Because if the bank nifty again trades in a range of 30-40 points in the next 1 hour, this 47,100 call would rapidly start losing its premium. So I feel 47,000 strike price is a better option. Veluji is asking, Blue Jet Healthcare. Sure, sir. Let me just have a look at this. See, if you see Blue Jet Healthcare, it is weak. Post the time it has been listed, it is in a continuous downtrend. I feel till the time 345-350 zone, which was an earlier support in the first week of December, and since it has broken that, it is not able to cross that or sustain above that zone. So I feel 343-45 zone will act as a resistance. Until the time this does not cross, the stock is firmly headed on the downside. Jeet is saying thank you very much, sir. No worries, Jeet. Keep attending all these sessions and get benefited from this. Apart from these expiry webinars, we regularly have conceptual webinars on open interest, what are the option strategies, put call ratios, a lot of these concepts, basics of options buying or selling. So do attend all these sessions and have maximum knowledge, so that it could give you confidence when you are trading in front of the markets, in front of the screen. Durgaji is asking, sir, Paytm. Durgaji, this stock has been underperforming in the last 4 or 5 sessions, and it's a massive underperformance. Now 882, the stock is corrected up to 615. So I feel the stock is in a massive downtrend. Do not add at lower levels. Do not try to bottom fish. And even if you're holding, try to reduce your positioning at higher levels. Veluji is asking, what about IPO Accent? Now, I believe this is a SME IPO, and I fear we do not cover SME IPO. So I would like to give it a skip, Veluji. Ketanji is asking about KCP Sugar. Sure, Ketanji. Now, Ketanji, I believe the KCP Limited, you are talking about that stock. Now uh, it's in a range between 140 and 145, but it is approaching its important support. The prior breakout zone is around 137, 138. So till the time it is trading above this zone of 138, 139, I feel the stock could rebound up to 150, 154 on the upside. So I guess there are. Is there any further question? Let me just check. Now there is a question on a extremely small cap FCS software of 2.56 rupees. Sunilji, we do not cover this stock, and I believe even it's my request. Please do not uh, fall prey to all these stocks, because see, in a bull market, all these stories will keep on coming. You will get a lot of these 2, 3, 5 rupee stock, where you will hear that this stock could become 30, 40, 50 times, or the targets are multiples. But what happens is that when the market goes in a range, when there is a minor correction also, all these stocks start falling down and they fall more than all the other stocks. So it could lead to a capital erosion also, and I feel you should not get trapped here. So follow good quality stocks. Less returns is okay, but don't fall prey to all these kind of extremely small cap stocks. Jeet is telling a lot of people are copying your recommendations given on SBI SecApp. Jeet, now that is beyond our control. We cannot control what other people are doing or they're copying our recommendations. But at least that means that the calls are being appreciated, they are being liked by the clients, and you are getting benefited out of that. So that's okay. Now, thank you for your intimation. We'll see what we can do on this. So that's about it. Thank you all for attending this session, and looking forward for your attendance for the next weekly expiry webinar also, which is scheduled on next. It is scheduled on next Thursday, which is 21st of December. So thank you all. Have a great trading session ahead, and see you next time around.